Is Olivia even a person? Is Olivia an emotion? Is she a place? We don't know.
Hi, I'm Olivia and you're watching Via Christina. Today's video is going to be trying some TikTok hacks with makeup, and I know that a lot of people have done makeup TikTok hacks, but I really enjoy watching these videos because people have different skin types, and so certain hacks like just completely don't work for some people and they completely work for other people. So today I'm going to be doing a lot of skin like foundation type hacks, and for context, I have combination skin. So my T-zone can get really oily. It's just specifically my forehead gets super oily, and then I can get dry patches like literally anywhere else on my face. So that is what we're working with. First hack is the powder before foundation hack. The second one is for covering acne spots or pimples, just whatever, like dark spots. Putting a dot of concealer and letting it dry before you blend it out. Like you put concealer and then you let it dry and then you put foundation over it. Soap brows. I've never tried soap brows. I love the look of them, but I've never done them, so I do have a bar of soap here today, and we'll be doing that. And the last one is for when you have eyeshadow that has just blended way past where you like it, and taking a business card or whatever type of like little card you have and just like basically cutting it afterwards with concealer. I know some people blend like with tape or with a card as they do it, but sometimes you forget or you're just too lazy and then it blends way over here and you're like, oh no, what do I do? And so taking a card, you can just slide it. So let's just get into it. Also, side note, I just got the undercut, very excited about it. My hair dries so much faster. It's so much easier to just deal with. So if any of you out there have thick, long hair, I'd recommend it. Okay, but let's actually get into it. So I just exfoliated my face just with like a facial scrub, and now I'm gonna go in. This is the Neutrogena oil-free moisturizer with sunscreen. I wear this every single day. It's SPF 15, so good for your face. And I am just gonna apply this all over, make sure I am nice and moisturized so this powder does not cling to any dry spots. That's all blended in. Totally forgot to mention there's technically a fifth hack where you just put concealer here and here, but I do that every single day, so just like honorable mention, I am gonna put it in this video, but I don't know, I feel like a lot of people know about that. Instead of just doing a big triangle, I've never done a big triangle under my eye, just like, I don't know, it's just a lot of makeup, but just putting your concealer right in the inner corner and then in the outer corner kind of helps lift your eye without having so much concealer. Now that I've moisturized, I'm gonna go in with translucent powder, which feels very weird and wrong, but that's what this hack says to do, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to be taking the ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder, and I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. So I'm definitely gonna be focusing this on my forehead and right here on my cheeks. That's where I get the most oily throughout the day. Chin, down the nose. I'm applying it all over, but just to make sure that I'm really getting those spots that I know tend to get oily. There's a cat hair on my forehead. Can you tell I own 3 cats? Okay, I would say I look pretty matte right now. So the next step is putting setting spray. So this is the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. I usually don't use this one. I usually use the Makeup Forever Pro Fix, I think it's called. And that's a mattifying one as well, but this is the only one I have right now because I ran out of the other one. So don't really know exactly how well this tends to wear, but it is a setting spray and that's what they said to use. So if it doesn't wear well throughout the day, I don't know if I can fix that, but this is what I'm doing. And once again, I definitely own fans, like those little fancy fans, but I just never have them on me. I think they're like all packed away right now. I still haven't unpacked half my stuff from school. No one yell at me, I'm sorry. It's the way my wrist just keeps popping. I'm gonna let my face dry. Now the next step is to prime, and I am going to use a moisturizing primer just because everything else is so matte and I'm just terrified that it's gonna look really weird. Also, I use this one every single day. My forehead does tend to get oily with this though, so take with that what you will. I like the primer, it wears well, it's just like I have an oily forehead, so that's what happens. And also I just don't want to wear like a pore filling primer or a silicone based primer just because I feel like those are gonna wear differently. Like silicone with certain foundations doesn't wear well, and then a pore filling primer over powder, like that, I don't know. I feel like that's a bad idea. So I am gonna go in with the Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth from Maybelline. This is literally a sample size I've had for ages, so don't know how it's lasted me this long, but not mad at it. I'm just gonna put this mostly in the center of my face. Chin, this little cheek area right here. And this really does not look like it's like blending weird or anything. It doesn't look like I'm putting primer over powder because it's such a light layer. So yeah, I don't know. Now, before I do foundation, I'm gonna stick in this little concealer hack. So I have these two pimples on my chin. One of them is a scab from where I just destroyed my face. We've all been there, sorry about it. So I guess we'll see if this works on scabs as well. And then this is just a pimple. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. So I'm taking the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade CW01. This is honestly not my shade at all, but I definitely just thought, I was like, oh, 1 is gonna be the lightest shade. It's not. But it's still, I mean, it matches me well enough, but it's just, I thought like it was gonna be the lightest shade and it just isn't. So if you ever get this concealer, make sure you're really looking at like the shade names and ranges and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off some of this excess that's on the doe foot, and I'm just gonna dot it. And I do have like little other baby spots, but I feel like it's not gonna work as well with this. And honestly, I'm not even gonna blend it. I'm just gonna let this dry. This is itchy. This is itchy. Like this itches. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I need to blend it. But the hack said not to. What I just found. Look at what I just found. Okay, speaking of fans, every time I have a little fan like this, I think of drag queens because, I don't know, that they just tend to have fans, I feel like. Why is All Stars 6 only on Paramount Plus? That is so ugly. Like we all want to see Jan. We all want to see Jan on All Stars. We love Jan. Jan was eliminated too early on her season. We all want to see her. Why is Drag Race All Stars 6 only on Paramount Plus? Like that is really ugly. Like they knew what they were doing. They knew people wanted to watch that, and they know that people are gonna get like a 1 month prescription, 1 month subscription to Paramount Plus, which is just so stupid. What else is even on there? Like probably nothing good. Probably just Drag Race. What they don't tell you is this is actually an arm workout as well. Okay, I'm tired of waiting for this. If it's not completely dry, my bad, but I don't feel like doing that. So now I'm gonna put the foundation over the powder setting spray and primer, and over this, and see what happens. So I am using the Maybelline 24-hour foundation. Don't know if there's more words to that, but this is shade 110 Porcelain, because your girl is pale, even though this is honestly getting a little bit light for me because I actually am getting tan for once in my life. But for now, I'm gonna use this. I just have like a little bit on there, and I'm gonna apply this over everything. Definitely feel feels like I'm applying this over powder. I will say that. Like, it definitely feels like there's stuff already on my face. Not in like a bad way. It just feels like there's stuff on my face before this. Like, it's kind of sticking a little bit. It also doesn't help that my sponge is kind of dirty, but we'll ignore that. I'm so scared to blend this. I feel like I'm gonna mess that up. I have a little bit of a dry patch on my nose right here. It doesn't look bad though. It's not clinging to it too bad. There goes my AC. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more because I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up. Just a little dot. Moment of truth. That did nothing. Probably because I didn't wait long enough for it to dry, but like, who has the time for that? Who has the time for that? Like, that just blended like I didn't even do anything. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some. This foundation is not wanting to stick to my nose, probably because there's powder on it already. But honestly, this looks really good. Like, the rest of my face looks really natural and it looks good. I am gonna go in and cover this pimple though. I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige and just taking a little bit of my little e.l.f. brush that I use for concealing. And I'm gonna go in, try to cover these two little things up. Don't really think there's any hope with that scab. Scabs are so hard to cover, but covered up the pimple okay. Okay. Not mad at this. We'll see how it wears, but not mad at this. So last thing before I go off camera and do my eyeshadow is the concealer hack. So once again, taking this Tarte Shape Tape, just putting a dot here and a dot here. Well, not a dot, but like a little bit of like a swoop. Kind of bring your eye upwards. A little bit of dot, and then here, like that. And it helps you create more of like a cat eye shape. Also, side note, I don't use the Shape Tape all the time, but whenever I use it, I forget there's a fragrance. So if you've ever wanted to use Shape Tape, I know that it was like the concealer of like 2016 YouTube when everyone was, you know, doing crazy makeup and everything. Like, it was the concealer. It does have a scent, and I feel like a lot of people didn't say that, and I remember buying it and being like, why does this have a scent? But it's okay. Not mad at it, it's just like, it does have a scent, so if you've ever thought about buying it and you don't like scents in your products, maybe don't buy that one. I love the e.l.f. I don't know what it's called. So I just blend this upwards, and I do put concealer on my eyelids just because I want to make sure everything's all primed there. I don't use an eyeshadow primer, I just use concealer. I would take some of this on my nose just a bit. And I don't know if I'm supposed to reset that, but I am gonna go in with a tiny bit on my eyes and my chin just because I feel like this hack was more for foundation and not concealer, and so I'm a little bit scared that that's gonna break down, and I'm going to work after this. So like, I have to be at work at 3, and usually I get cut around like 10:30. So, I mean, this is gonna wear. Like, this is gonna wear, and I will update you guys. I don't know if I'll film an update. I might try to film an update. I might forget. But I will update you guys, like, in this video and be like, hey, this is how it wore, etc., etc. And, yeah, we'll just see. Because I am a waitress. I run around talking to tables all night. So, we're gonna see. I'm in the hot kitchen a little bit, so it will get a good wear test, is what I'm saying. So just took a tiny bit of translucent powder, just gonna reset my eyes and my chin. So my face looks pretty natural. Oh, what am I doing? I definitely have to do soap brows. I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. Let me do my eyebrows first, girl. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so brand new Dove bar soap. The hack says to, let me put this down for a second. Spray your spoolie, which mine's dirty as heck, but spray your spoolie with setting spray. So that should be enough. It's a lot. just take your bar of soap and to just like get some soap on there, I guess. I don't know how this works. Like just rub it in the soap, I guess. I have no idea. I hope that did something. And now just brush your eyebrows. Upwards. Oh no, my soap is falling. Ow, my wrist. Okay. I feel like this did nothing. Maybe I'm crazy, but like I feel like I just rubbed my eyebrow with setting spray. I feel like I didn't get any soap. You really have to like get in there? Like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, now it looks like there's definitely soap on it. Who came up with this? Who decided I'm gonna rub my spoolie on some soap? Because that's a good idea. Okay, now it feels like I'm doing something. Okay, these look a little crazy, so I'm gonna like brush them sideways a bit. So like I said, I am going to work, so like I don't wanna be looking like a psychopath. Not that soap brows make you look like a psychopath, but like it's just not the look that I'm absolutely going for when I'm serving tables. Kind of more of like an editorial look. I mean, I think this is working. Let me spray a little bit more setting spray. I just don't know who came up with this. Like, why? Like, what was the point? But I will say, I'm out of my clear brow gel. I literally just use like an e.l.f. clear brow gel that's like $1. And I am out of it right now. So if this wears well, like, this is also cheap. And if I'm ever out of my brow gel, like, now I know what to do, which is nice. I don't think it made my brows look like a different color or anything. I feel like that worked pretty well though. If you've been thinking about trying this one, or if you run out of brow gel and you have a bar of soap, I mean, it works. I'll see how it wears tonight, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna go do my eyeshadow off camera and then come back for that little eyeshadow crease hack, and then we'll be done. Okay, I went ahead and did my eyeshadow, finished the rest of my face pretty much, except for like the rest of my eyes. And now I'm gonna do the hack where you take concealer and basically cut where you've over blended, or you've blended out too much over here. I'm just gonna take like a flashcard that I have. And if anyone has any questions, the eyeshadow, I just used a yellow eyeshadow, and then the rest of the colors are from the Raw Beauty Kristi X Colourpop palette. So if you have any questions, that's what it is. Also, side note, my eyebrows smell like Dove soap, and I can smell them. Keep that in mind if you do this. Whatever soap you're using, like, you might be able to smell it because it's on your face. So just that reminder. Basically, this hack was to take concealer like on this, which feels so wrong. So I just applied it like that, and then you just line it up. And drag it. I mean, okay. I guess I'll blend it out, but yeah, I mean, that kind of worked. Yeah, that definitely worked. Okay, this TikTok hack. Wow. Look at the difference between those. That's crazy. Okay, I guess I'll do it on the other side, see if it's just as easy, because sometimes it isn't. Once again, taking my Tarte Shape Tape, just applying some right on this little edge. Okay. Yeah, that worked really well. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna set this a little bit just because I'm terrified of my under eyes like just getting destroyed. And then I'm going to finish my eyes and then I will come back. Okay, I'm back. It's storming outside. Fun. So eyes all done. I would say probably like 9 out of 10 for the eyes. Like, genuinely, I would probably do this again because sometimes you just blend a little too far out. I don't know if like this is my preferred look for eyeshadow. Like I feel like I like a softer, like more blown out look, but if I'm going for that cut, like sharp edge, and especially if I'm doing eyeliner, I just left it like this because I feel like the eyeliner could kind of like cover it up. But I feel like if you're doing eyeliner as well, just following that line with the liner after you do this is a really good way to help like keep your wings even, which I have a really hard time with because my eyes are like wonky anyway. Like one of my eyes like closes more than the other one, and I think it might be smaller than the other, I don't know, but I struggle with keeping my wings even because of that, so I feel like this is a good hack for that. Concealer under the eyes, I do that every day, 10 out of 10, just no complaints there. I feel like it's really helpful and it doesn't waste your product. The letting the concealer dry, I didn't really let it dry fully, I don't think, but that did not work for me, so like 1 out of 10 did not work for me, sorry. The foundation, okay, putting the powder under the foundation looks good. I'm not mad at it, it looks good. I'm gonna see how it wears throughout the day, and then I feel like I can give like a full rating, but as of right now, like 8 or 9 out of 10, like looks good. Like looks natural, not mad at it. Just have to see how it wears. Is that everything? Soap brows. They smell like bar soap. So just whatever bar of soap that you choose, like you might be smelling that all day. Also, if I come in close, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like, I don't know, like where there's where there's hair like around my eyebrows, where like I don't get my eyebrows waxed, I just tweeze, and so there is like little fuzzies like around my eyebrows. It kind of clings to that a little bit, but my eyebrow gel does that as well, so just keep that in mind. That's everything, right? Who am I asking? No one's here. Hi, I don't know what I look like. Update on my face. I think I'm pretty oily, but I've been doing this all night because I've been in a hot kitchen and running around. I'll try to like take pictures later, but this is how my face held up. Okay, this is me in regular lighting. Did not hold up well. Would not recommend for super oily people on hot days. Maybe for like a few hours. It looks good for the first couple hours, I will say that. Say hi to Harry's, by the way. But like, it broke down so bad. Like, look at all that. I will say, this held up well. Both, I mean, that didn't work from the start, that hack. And the soap brows, they held up pretty well. So everything else was pretty good. It's just the powder under the foundation did not work very well for me. So that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me because sometimes I just feel like I'm making these just for fun, and I don't know, I just don't know if anyone's ever gonna watch them. My last video, my intro got messed up and it took like 3 days to upload, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't know if it's my internet, I don't know if it's like the file size, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. But I do want to keep a consistent schedule here, so I guess, I don't know, my last video went up on a Wednesday. I guess I'll try to get this one up on a Wednesday as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.